Boom! What's happening, people? Welcome back to the Armament Factory with yours truly, Big Luch, and is today the day? Is today the 7th of February 2026 where Arsenal have finally wrapped up the title? You tell me, because not only did we defeat Sunderland by 3-0 at home, we've had Zubimendi on the score sheet again, and guess what? Gyökeres coming off the bench with 2 goals. That's right, not 1, 2 goals. Let's go! Boom! Right, guys, let's talk about the game real quick. This is a reaction video, so I'm going to tell you, I'm sorry I couldn't do the watch along. I was at work, but I did watch the game while I was at work. That's right, cheeky, but I did it. I watched the game. I had one eye on it while I was working, so I can talk about it. Unfortunately, to all the people that have subscribed to my channels, the ones that wait and are always there with me for the watch-alongs, I'm so sorry, guys. I had to go to work as an emergency. I promise you I'm going to be there next time, guys, so do not miss out on the next watch-along. But let's talk about the game real quick. The game against Sunderland, when we played at the Stadium of Light, was a tedious, frustrating type of game. Parts of it was end-to-end. Eventually, they came back from 2-1 behind to equalize and score and take 2 points away from us. So we ended up taking only 1 point from the Stadium of Light, which if you see my reaction video afterwards, I was livid. I was fuming. I was furious. I couldn't believe we dropped those 2 points at the Stadium of Light. However, Sunderland have come to the Emirates Stadium, and guess what? We slapped it on them, but that's not the whole story. I must say, the first half, the first 45 minutes, again, very rigid, very tedious, very frustrating. I mean, I couldn't believe it. After 25, 30 minutes, I was like, Arsenal, don't do this. This is a banana skin. This is potentially dangerous. This is potentially going to open doors for ridicule, for Man City to come back in. Even Aston Villa, who at the time were 1-0 up against Bournemouth. A lot of things was going wrong. However, 44th minute, who other than Leandro Trossard spotting Martin Zubimendi on the edge of the box and playing a cute little pass into him, in his stride, took the shot and placed it in the bottom left corner, and it was 1-0 to the Arsenal right before the break, which I'm sure affected Sunderland and all their players. You know, conceding right before the half is never easy. I hate when it happens to us, but this time it was in our favour, and we went in 1-0 at half-time. Now, second half, things did pick up a little bit for Arsenal. It was still rugged, tedious, still a bit difficult to watch and a bit frustrating, but we were 1-0 up. However, Sunderland were not out of it. By all means, they were not out of it. They kept on going forward, creating chances. And guess what? It started getting a bit nervous at the back. There were mistakes happening at the back for Arsenal, but they maintained their strength. They kept the clean sheet. And guess what? When Noni Madueke and Gabriel Jesus went off, Martinelli and Gyökeres came on and they made a difference. I must say, I've been getting onto Gyökeres a lot since the start of the season. But guess what? It's starting to pick up for him now. Hopefully next game, 2 games, 3 games, you start seeing him score more and more and more. And all of that negativity can be removed from Victor Gyökeres. Because again, he's looking like a hungry striker. But they came on, him and Martinelli come on. And around the 66th minute, he got the ball in the box, and it wasn't the cleanest of shots. I think he slid on the floor, if I remember correctly, but somehow he tucked it away, and that's all we need from our striker, and it was 2-0 to the Arsenal. Now, at 2-0, Sunderland's heads did drop. Arsenal kept possession much more. Our passing became better. Eze came on, and when Eze came on, he was in form. He was up for it. He started making runs, playing people in, especially Martinelli. I mean, we were creating much more once Eze came on as well. But at that time, Sunderland, I must say, at 2-0 down, their heads probably dropped. They wasn't into it. They knew Arsenal won. Towards the end of the game, we were creating chance after chance after chance. And one of them, Gyökeres, again, for his second, played it in, shot it, scored, and we were 3-0 up. It was fantastic. But I was in awe. Martinelli had another chance and another chance. We could have easily ended the game 4-5-0. But I must say that would have flattered us a bit, because from the first half performance and the second half performance up to when Gyökeres scored, Sunderland was still in the game. So the 3-0 doesn't really reflect what the game was like. Even if we ended up 4-0, 5-0, Sunderland was in the game majority of the game up to when Gyökeres scored, which was around the 66th, 67th minute. and it was all Arsenal from then on, and it was fantastic for us. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm happy. This was a banana skin. Although we was playing at home, it could have easily become a draw. It could have easily ended up 1-1, 2-2, like the game at Stadium of Light. However, this time we saw it through, and it shows in our strength at the moment right now. Although Odegaard was out, although Gyökeres didn't start, was on the bench, things are starting to click now. These games that before we'd either draw or lose, we're starting to tuck them away. We're keeping clean sheets. So my question is this: have Arsenal done it today? What's today? What is it? The 7th? Was today, the 7th of February, the day that we clinched the title? Well, it all depends. Although Aston Villa dropped points again, we have to wait to see what Man City do tomorrow. If Man City drop points against Liverpool and the gap widens to 9 points, I will celebrate, guys. I think that's it. We've wrapped it up. Red and white mist has descended on the Premier League, and red and white mist has descended upon England. No more Premier League going to the northwest of England. London's back. That's right, guys. London once again will claim the title of England. So all we really need is for Liverpool to beat Manchester City tomorrow. And yes, we're not relying on that. I mean, we don't rely on nobody but ourselves. But if Liverpool somehow defeat Manchester City and get the 3 points, then it's all over, guys. London will be red and white again. London will be Arsenal again. England will be red and white, the Arsenal colours, and the Premier League is back in London. That's right, guys. Then after that, we've only got the Carabao, FA Cup, and Champions League to go, guys. Now, I'm not saying we're going to do the quadruple. That's very, very, very difficult to do. The treble is difficult to do. So I'm not going to be delusional and be like, yeah, man, we're going to do it. Quadruple. Nah. No, I'm not doing that. But I will tell you, if anybody could possibly do it or had a chance of doing it, no one would have ever had a better chance than Arsenal. Yes, I know in previous seasons, Liverpool was still in all 4 competitions. Manchester City were still in all 4 competitions. However, the strength and depth that we have, the players that we have assembled, right? I believe if anybody was to ever do it or was to have a chance of doing it, it could be possibly Arsenal this year. That's all I'm going to say. However, that doesn't mean we're going to do it. That doesn't mean I think we can do it or we're going to do it. No, I just say it's a possibility. There's a chance. If anybody was to do it, it could be Arsenal, guys. But once again, is today the day that we wrap the title up? Is today the day that red and white mist is descending upon England, upon the Premier League, upon London? And has Gyökeres found a bit of form? That's it, guys. I'm going to leave you with that. You answer my questions in the comments. You tell me if I'm wrong, if I'm right, if I'm talking you let me know, guys. Other than that, I'm going to leave you in peace, and I'm going to see you tomorrow for the Liverpool and Manchester City game. Boom! Let's go!